Everything you are about to watch was built by an AI. This script, my voice, the face you are looking at right now, every animation on screen. I did not edit this video. I was not even awake for most of it. Anthropic's new model Claude Fable 5 did the whole thing. Here is what it can actually do. Fable 5 is the most capable model Anthropic has ever released to the public. Anthropic calls it state-of-the-art on nearly every benchmark they tested, and the gap is not subtle. On the hardest real-world coding test called SweBench Pro, it scores 80%. The previous best, Opus 4.8, sits at 69. GPT 5.5 is at 58. That is an 11-point jump in a single release. It also posts the top score on Frontier Code, the coding test built by Cognition, the team behind the AI engineer Devin. But benchmarks are easy to game. Here is the one that is not. The payments company Stripe pointed it at a 50 million line code base written in Ruby and asked it to migrate the whole thing. It finished in a single day. That same job was scoped at over 2 months for an entire team of engineers. One model, one day. And it is not just code. It is the first model to break 90% on Anthropic's analytics benchmark, a 10-point jump over Opus. On Frontier Physics Research, it nearly matched a result GPT 5.5 took 4 days to reach. It did it in 36 hours on a third of the thinking. On everyday spreadsheet work, it beats Opus at every setting and finishes about 30% faster. And it does all of this across a 1 million token context window. And this is where it stops being about coding at all. On finance, Anthropic reports it posts the highest score any model has reached on a major industry benchmark. On scientific research, Anthropic says it is speeding up everything from physics to new drug discovery. The pattern repeats everywhere you point it. Take something that took a skilled human weeks and compress it into a day or an afternoon. That is not a faster chatbot. That is a change in what one person with one model can get done. One person can now take on the kind of workload that used to need a whole team. But the upgrade that matters most to me is not on any leaderboard. It is time. Fable 5 is built to work on its own for a long stretch without a human checking in. Give it a real goal and it will plan build, run its own tests, catch its own mistakes, and keep going. A single request can run for many minutes because it is genuinely doing the work, not just answering a question. Older models needed you to break a job into tiny steps. This one takes the whole job and comes back when it is finished. Anthropic says it can stay on a single task for hours on its own and hold its focus the whole way. That is the shift from a tool you operate to a worker you hand things to. Two things make that possible. First, it sees better. Point it at a dense screenshot, a chart, a scan page, and it reads the fine detail older models blurred past. Second, it remembers. It can keep its own notes in a file. It writes down what it learned and picks it back up in the next session. So it is not starting from zero every single time. Sharper eyes and a memory. That is what turns a chatbot into something that can actually run a project. Now, let me be straight with you, because trust matters more than hype. Two honest things. One, it is not cheap. $10 in, $50 out per million tokens. That is double the price of Opus. So this is not the model you reach for on everything. It is the one you point at the problem nothing else can crack. Two, Anthropic put guardrails on it. On certain sensitive topics, in cybersecurity and biology, your request quietly gets handled by a safer model instead. It happens in under 5% of sessions, but it is there by design. Because Fable 5 is Anthropic's Mythos-class, their most powerful family of models, now made safe enough for all of us to use. A powerful model shipped carefully, which brings me back to this video. I gave Fable 5 one goal. Write a script about yourself and produce it. Watch what it actually did. First, the script. It web searched every number I just gave you and checked each one before writing a single word. Then the voice, it used a clone of my voice. It split the recording into 60-second chunks so the tone never drifts over a long take. Then the face. It drove my avatar, the one talking to you right now, using my own studio model with real eye contact. Then the edit. Every card, every caption, every animation you have seen is not a template. It is code the model wrote and rendered itself. And then the part that surprised me most. It reviewed its own video. It opened helper agents that took screenshots of the final render. They checked the timing, the captions, and the sync at every key moment before the job was called done. My part in all of it was one sentence. So that is the real shift. The old question was, can an AI write code? The new question is, can you hand it a goal and walk away? With Fable 5, for the first time, the answer is starting to be yes. And if a model can build an entire video about itself while I sleep, the only real question left is simple. What would you point it at? If you want the exact pipeline I used to build this, comment the word FABLE and I will send it to you. Subscribe because the next one gets weirder.